All right, welcome everyone. The app I used to turn the camera around was not giving me any decent focus, so you're just going to have to be blessed seeing me and not the cards today. I mean, seeing the cards and not me. That's the blessing. Boy, I messed that up. So I've got a bunch of new pickups. Thought I would show those off and also talk about what's been going on. Now, I have shown this card before. This is not a new pickup, but the reason I am showing it now is I also had the O-Pee-Chee version in a PSA 9, but that is gone. And the reason I sold it is because I noticed the registration on his face was just way off. Not on this card, but on the O-Pee-Chee version. And to me, it just wasn't a 9, regardless of what PSA said. Not only that, but it just wasn't pleasing to my eye. And I said, if I'm not enjoying the card, I'm going to let it go. So that one is gone. And this one's here, and this one's not going anywhere. But I also had the white back Willie Mays, 1956 tops. But the corners had some wear, which is fine. But one of the corners was just really bugging me, so that is gone as well. Basically by the way, I love these stickers. I don't seek them out. I don't necessarily want to pay a ton of money for them, but if I'm happy with the price of the card and it has one of these stickers, I think that's pretty cool. But that's just me. Individual opinions will vary. So anyway, the Willie Mays 56 tops white back is gone as well because I just wasn't enjoying the card. And if I'm not enjoying it, what's the point? So I figured I might as well invest or put my money somewhere else to something that I am enjoying looking at. And a new pickup I'm working on, all 24 with cartoons. This, for me, folks, Joe Cool is number 22. I've only got 2 to go. Dick Bartell, the Octopus Man, he's got the octopus as a cartoon, and then Ducky Medwick, I'm calling him the Duck Man. He has the duck as a cartoon, but I now have the Target Man, and if you pronounce his name Joe Cool, that is so cool, and if it's Joe Cool, that's cool as hell. Maybe it's Cool. But anyway, let's check out these cartoons. So probably overpaid for this one. As I recall, I think it was around $220, $230, but you know what? I was desperate, desperate to complete, willing to overpay a little bit, just letting everyone know out there, if you've got the Octopus Man or the Duck Man, I'm willing to overpay. It's a strategy that throws people off. They're not expecting it. Then they're like, wait a minute, should I be overpaying? Wait a minute, I don't want to miss out, you don't want to miss out. How about this bad boy? I got this at auction for only like 90 bucks, and let me tell you why I love it. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why I love all these pickups. Oh, of course, that one, because it's part of the 24 with cartoons that Double D and I are both working on. Just 2 to go. Woohoo! All right, I love this because what could be more appropriate for Shohei than the Japan edition? This is out of 75, the Jade Green, and I won this at auction for like 90 bucks, which I think was an absolute steal. And this green, this red, I actually think in a Dodgers uniform, the color match would not be there. But to me, this green and red just really, really works. And there we can see it's out of 75. I've got another Shohei pickup. So you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm just going to show you every single Shohei that I have. But let me show you the new pickup. Let me find that. All right, this is my new pickup. Came in the mail a couple days ago. My first 2026, the Independence Day out of 76. Man, I absolutely love this. I love the 75th anniversary logo. It's Shohei in a Dodgers uniform, and I love the 76 parallel. This one seems really sharp. I've seen a few out there, and even though it's got some chipping, which is pretty common, I guess, for the Independence Day, this is the nicest one I've seen personally. Super, super stoked to have this, number 25 out of 76. Now, I'm going to show you the rest of my Shoheis. Those are the 2 that are new pickups. The rest are not new pickups. But this is a collection I started. I didn't start collecting Shohei until, I guess they had won again until the Dodgers won this last year. So what's my strategy? Get cards I love at prices I'm willing to pay. This was the first one I got. I think this was 150. Talk about a couple of World Series studs there. And again, I just think, beautiful, beautiful image of Yamamoto and Ohtani. And again, I love the Independence Day. I love the scarcity as well. I am going to go ahead and put that in vertical. Hope that doesn't bug too many of you. To me, I think this was the second Ohtani card I got. And of course, I also get Trout. What a deal. And I just think that's an awesome image. And with the red stars, yes, it'd be nice if they did some blue as well for Independence Day in 2022. But, with the red of the Angels and the red stars, and I just think, all the red here, this just really, really works. So I was super stoked to pick this one up again out of 76. That one did not cost me too much. So my first two Ohtanis were budget Ohtanis, at least budget when it comes to Ohtani. And then let's see, what else do I have of Ohtani? Oh yeah, I got the vintage stock out of 99. Shout out to Eric, Those Back Pages, who's been one of the people who has influenced me. And yeah, this is just spectacular. Love how they did it up with some different colors from 2025. Really has a wonderful vintage feel. This card I absolutely love. I just think it's so beautiful. Number 1 in the set, number 90 out of 99. The vintage stock are out of 99. So what's that, 5? I got 2 more Ohtanis. Not even sure if I can fit them all on here. This is his Allen and Ginter Gold Refractor out of 50 from, what's this, 2025? Yeah. And I just really love the Allen and Ginter design from this year. Whoop. The out of 50s on the front. And let me see. Woo, we got one more. So let's see. 3. I'm up to 7 Ohtanis. There's 6. And here's the 7th. This I got a great deal on. This is I love the Vintage Topps logo that they put on the vintage stock, which is out of 99. And this is the 2023. This is his pitching card. I prefer the hitting cards, but actually this, I just think that is such an epic image there, where he's like, yeah, Adam, you go, collect me. Woohoo! I just think that is such an epic image. And there it is, out of 99. So, yeah, I guess I'll put that one up there. There we go. So that is my entire Ohtani collection. Again, these 2 on the end being new. And as I mentioned, just do I like the price? Do I like the card? Looking at these 7, you probably get a sense of the types of cards that I like. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause and we're going to move on. Oh, wait, we're not going to move on quite yet because I missed this one. Another Independence Day Shohei Ohtani 2023, number 600 out of 76. Oh, man, I love the 2023 Independence Day. So let's go ahead and try to put this up here. Hopefully we can do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's it. 8 Ohtanis. Man, I'm almost up to double digits. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, do I worry that I missed out, right? No, because, hey, I was buying other stuff and like you always miss out on something, right? Whatever you're getting, you're missing out on other stuff that might just do better in terms of increasing in value. But, even though I started this Ohtani collection of sorts after the end of the 2025 season, right after they won the World Series. I just kind of picked up what I thought was good value. I could get it at a price I was comfortable with. I thought it was, I liked the card, stoked about the card, not just liked, but love, man. I love all these cards. So yeah, I'm super stoked to have the Ohtani collection I have. Oh yeah. All right, after Ohtani, makes sense to move on to the Judge. Now, many of you know that I am collecting at least 62 of the image variations of this very card, his 2022 base card, in honor of his 62 home run season. I'm over 62 now. This is the latest one that I had picked up, this purple people pleaser. So this is not a new purchase. I've had it for a few months now. But man, oh man, you can go check out that video if you so desire. Oh man, this is just insane. By the way, I wanted to complete my at least 62 variations before turning 62, which I did. I'm 62 now, and sometime during my 62nd birthday, I intend to show off the 62 plus judges. I'm reading this book now. I've just got a little bit of a start there. So I think that's pretty cool. Seems like a great time to read this book while I'm 62. I'll probably finish it within the next few months. I kind of take my time when I'm reading books. I generally read them in the bathtub, a few pages at a time, in case you were wondering. Anyway, here's a new Judge pickup. The Blue Wave Refractor at a 75. So, you know, whenever I can just get another one that I don't have at a, price I'm comfortable with, and I thought, shoot, only 75. These Blue Waves are just mesmerizing. Oh, this is so sweet and so minty. And there's the back. But wait, I got a Judge in the mail today. Now, I prefer them graded, but I will get them, ungraded. Am I the only one when I get an ungraded card where I get nervous because I'm like, oh boy, I hope it doesn't have some scratch on the surface or something? Well, this came today. I tell you what, it's absolutely spectacular. I don't know if it would grade a 10 or not, but I don't, hey, if I do send it in for grading at some time, I'd probably just send it to SGC, but, sure, I'd like it to do well. But what I care about the most is just that I like the card. It's sharp. It's, doesn't have any defects that bug me. And this is what I got in the mail just today. This is the first edition black. There are only 25 of these bad boys on the planet. It's a foil card. Oh, what an epic addition to my Judge collection. Yeah. So I think over the next few years, if I even just add a few more of these 2022 Topps variations, I've got, I'll probably never have the Superfractor, but that's fine. I've got so many just incredible variations that, I'm just super stoked. And I'm so glad I put this collection together, mostly when I did before the prices went up. And now I just pick and choose my spots, folks. So there's 3 more. Well, that one was already in the collection. 2 more for the collection. Who doesn't love black? Like, top blacks are so cool. What about this black first edition out of 25? This is so sweet. I think I probably showed you that. 20 out of 25. We are not done, folks. We got more new stuff. Let's check it out. All right, many of you may know that I collect Star basketball cards, Star Company basketball from the mid-'80s of Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Julius Erving. Well, this I have shown before. Relatively recent purchase. I purchased 5 copies of this card. And the reason I'm showing it again, I guess, maybe it's a little self-serving, but I just love this card, and I thought it was way undervalued. It seems to be taking off even since I got my 5 copies, most of which were last year. Seems to be just taking off, which is crazy. So, man, my timing was right. I like multiples. Do I get multiples for investment purposes, so to speak, so that I could sell some off if they do go up in value? Actually, I like to get multiples so that when they lose value, I lose a lot of money at once. That's the goal. I like to lose big. That's my theory. I like having multiples of certain cards. When I really love a card, I've discovered I like having multiples. And this is one of those cards. So I got 5 of those. But I will admit, though, this card has, seems to be really on the move. I will admit that, hey, having multiples is really nice because it gives you options. You can, keep your favorite or favorites and sell the rest and get other stuff, which is really cool. A lot of us like to fund our hobby through cards that we have. Now, this card cost me very little, and I've had it for a long time, a few years at least. Notice it's way off center, which is pretty common for star cards, but sharp other than that. This is the Light All-Star Magic Johnson. The reason I am showing you this card is I finally, I like to pick and choose my spots, finally upgraded to this PSA 6 that I got a great buy on. I think it was like 75 bucks or something. And I tell you, PSA can be so picky grading star cards. It's got that plastic in there, so it does create some extra glare, but this bad boy is just super sharp and nicely centered. A little bit centered down, but that doesn't bother me. Side to side is really nice on the centering. So just, really nice upgrade. And then, I don't know if it helps to see this, at all these different angles, but then, so there it is, just absolutely beautiful. Really wanted one of these and didn't want to necessarily spend a lot. And I thought, I should get this now while I was able to get one at a reasonable price. And this one I'll probably sell. I don't expect to get much for it, but, just because I don't necessarily need to keep that second copy that's off center. Folks, we are down to the end. I'm going to show you, well, two more cards. One's a recent pickup and one that I think pairs nicely with it. And we're going vintage again. In fact, vintage baseball, and we are talking scarce or rare. Oh yeah, let's do it. And here it is. The 1950 Drake's Cookies Super Chief Allie Reynolds. I have wanted one of these Drake's Cookies cards for so long, and now I've got one. Oh yeah. And take a look at this beauty. Number 28 in the set, oatmeal or jumbo cookies. I guess jumbo cookies have a history back to like England in like maybe the 17 or 1600s, kind of a crispy butter cookie. I think the jumbo can indicate that you put in it what you have, like, if you have some spices or some almonds. But anyway, I'm not sure what the Drake's jumbo cookies were like. So here's the deal on this one. There are two on eBay right now that are like roughly 350 bucks or best offer. I can't remember if, I think they might both be raw, but whether they're ungraded or not, they're in about the condition of this. Actually, I think I maybe prefer the look of this one, but so they're in that like 2 or 3 grade range. And this one was one of those listings where you've got a lot of cards in the set and you can choose, which one you want, but there were only a few cards available. Allie Reynolds was one of them. The seller had it at $185 and I offered $140 and he took it. So I am super stoked to have this. $140 beats 350 bucks or best offer. That is for sure. Did I get a great deal? You damn right I did. How do I know I did? Because this card was worth $140 to me. To me, maybe not to anybody else, but to me, this was worth $140 plus. So to me, I got a fantastic deal. Now, I thought I would pair that with, I know I've shown this before. I got this for $119.47. My offer was accepted because it's a 1947. I went for that kind of, eccentric offer. Definitely would not grade higher than a 1, but this is the Allie Reynolds Tip Top Bread. Man, I just love food and beverage issues. And of course, Allie Reynolds, their best pitcher throughout their 5 consecutive world titles. I think he had maybe 7 world championships with the Yankees. He was on the Cleveland Indians before that. Now, some people will say, well, what about Whitey Ford? Well, Whitey Ford, during the 49 to 53, Whitey Ford was kind of coming into his own. So yeah, he was amazing, but his prime was for the most part later. So Allie Reynolds was the man, Super Chief. So we got these two here. I think we're going to close it out there. So how do all these cards fit? Just in quick summary, well, the Ohtanis, just looking to buy Ohtanis that I really enjoy, that I like the price. It's a price I'm willing to pay, whether they're expensive or not expensive. It's a price I'm willing to pay. And I just, it's worth that price to me. Let's put it this way. I absolutely love this card. The 75th anniversary, the 2026 design, Independence Day. So that fits into my getting the Ohtanis that I love at the price I'm, that they're worth that price to me. I guess that's what it comes down to, Like I bought this at auction for roughly $300. It was worth that price to me. Maybe it'd be worth more or less to somebody else. And then these fit into my Allie Reynolds collection. And of course, the Judges fit into my Judge collection. And of course, the Star card fits into my Star Magic Johnson collection. A little bit of an upgrade there. Even though we went from 6.5 down to 6, it's much better centered. Did we cover everything? I think that covered just about everything. Thank you for sharing my joy. I hope you had a wonderful and peaceful time in the Vintage Sanctuary. Take care, my collecting brothers and sisters. Woohoo!